So one of the key values for the Green Party is respect for diversity. We are committed to establishing relationships that honor diversity, that support self-definition and self-determination of all people, that consciously confront barriers such as racism, sexism, homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, class oppression, ageism, and ableism, and the many ways our culture and laws separate us from working together. Okay, somebody volunteer to read, please.
It is time for parents to teach young people early on that in diversity there is beauty and there is strength. Maya Angelou.
The Green Party has an interest in people in our society who've been left out, ignored, cheated, left to fend for themselves. We should have an interest in these people. Who are these people? Well, I just combed our platform. One group is the physically and mentally challenged, are people who are differently abled from the majority, but who are nevertheless able to live independently. Mentally ill are people with serious mental problems who often need social support networks. If you exclude this group of people from society, it alienates them further, excluding them from the workforce and denies their chance to use their potential. The Green Party urges the government to increase rehabilitation funding so that persons with disabilities can pursue education and training to reach their highest potential. The Green Party, also another group of people, supports full legal and political equality for all persons, regardless of sex, gender, sexual orientation, or gender identity, characteristics, and expression. The Green Party affirms the right of all individuals to freely choose intimate partners, regardless of their sex, gender, or gender identity. And the Green Party recognizes full civil rights of sexual and gender minorities. Reader, please.
You say life is black or white, but life is not that way. You say you are female or male, straight or gay. You say, are you dumb or stupid? Is it night or day? Is it sunrise, a beautiful time, a transition between the two? Probably the most lovely, where the sun starts to shine and the moon hangs like an ornament from the sky. So set upon the roof and embrace the beauty of in between, because seeing differently is the best way to see. This is by Aslan Treasure.
One thing I was surprised at in going over the Green Party platform was a section called Justice for Native Hawaiians. And since illegal annexation in 1898, the federal and state governments have cheated and neglected the Native Hawaiian people. So the Green Party advocates protecting sacred and culturally significant sites and efforts to nurture Native Hawaiian culture. Another area, another group of people that have been cheated and left out is Native American cultures, especially their difference for community and the earth. We recognize the sovereignty of Native American tribal governments and federal government's trust obligation to Native American people. Native American nations are just that. They are nations and should be treated like a nation with the special circumstances that they are located within the United States. So we are requiring the United States to honor the treaty obligations, adequately fund programs, and very importantly, respect land, water, and mineral rights within the borders of the reservations and on their traditional lands. Now, I'm going to say that one of the proposals coming forward in the for the Green Party convention, which is June 26th, one of the proposals is to say to Native Americans that you can reject at any time when the United States wants to dig for mineral rights on the reservations, that we support that they should be able to reject that. And the Green Party also supports the just settlement of claims of thousands of Native American uranium miners who have suffered and died from radiation exposure. Someone want to read, please?
I'll take this one. Learn about me, improve my underrepresentation, and I can provide a competitive edge to your entire nation. I exclude no one. I am strengthened by all. My name is diversity, and yes, I stand tall. Recognize me and keep me in the mix. Together, there will be no problem that we can't fix. Is there more here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't it be terrible? Wouldn't it be sad if one single color was all the color we had? If everything was purple or red or blue or green, if yellow, pink, or orange was all the color, was all that could be seen, can you just imagine how dull the world would be if one single color was all that we got to see?
Okay, I don't know that this will work, but I'm going to try it.
Take a second to imagine.
Can you hear that?
I heard that.
Okay.
A world where everyone is the same, built with the same frame and the same claim to fame, where every person has no unique burden and is labeled on the divine assembly line with the same name tag and version. That's absurdity. The truth is, being different certainly hurts, but it's worth it to take that course because pain is its own university. And even though we're all made in one image with the same thumbprint on the brains that we're given, there's beauty in just being you personally. Thankfully, there are places to ask questions in the face of uncertainty, where each adversity is met with mercy. Thankfully, there are places to embrace diversity.
Okay, reader, please. Sorry.
I used to think that anyone doing anything weird was weird. I suddenly realized that anyone doing anything weird wasn't weird at all. And it was the people saying they were weird that were weird. Paul McCartney.
Another reader, please.
I'm present in every place you go. Depending on your lens, I'm friend or foe. I'm a force to be reckoned with. Like the winds of change, I move. I'm swift. I'm present when two or more are together. If embraced, I can make the good even better. I'm not limited to age, gender, or race. I'm invisible at times and yet all over the place. Don't exclude me due to a lack of knowledge.
Another group of people that the Green Party points to is single mothers are the largest and most severely impoverished group in the United States. 22%, and this was probably written several years ago, of the children in our country live below the poverty line. The Green Party supports reforms to end poverty and return dignity and opportunity to all mothers. We call for implementing innovative programs that work with the particular and special needs of motherhood. We also support other programs such as universal basic income. The foundation, and again, this print that we're looking at is all from our Green Party platform. The foundation of any democratic society is the guarantee that each member of the society has equal rights. We also recognize an intimate connection between our rights as individuals and our responsibilities to our neighbors and the planet. The Green Party shall strive to secure universal and effective recognition and observations of the principles and spirit expressed in the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That is the international standard, not our Constitution, because it affects the whole person. And so the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is what we're looking for in our society. Somebody?
I have a dream. Yeah, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Martin Luther King, Jr. And to many, I reflect hope and inspiration. Your lives and companies will continue to change. Thus, the need for diversity and inclusion will also remain. Do all that you can to truly embrace me and experience life's fullness totally. I'm the thought lurking behind the unfamiliar face. I'm the ingenuity that helps your team to win the race. I'm the solution that came from the odd question that was asked. I stand out in a crowd. I, diversity, am allowed to be unmasked. I'm diversity, embrace me and we'll journey far. I'm diversity, include me and we will reach the shining star. Coupled with inclusion, our lights burn longer. Together, we are smarter, better, and stronger. I am diversity, yes, that's me. Charles Benefield.
Somebody want to team up with me and read every other line?
I'll go with you.
Okay. You want to start?
Sure. You say pink.
I say red.
You say Miley Cyrus.
I say Avril Lavigne. How do you pronounce her last name? Lavigne?
Levine, yeah.
Okay.
You say Justin Bieber.
I say Evanescence.
You say makeup.
I say music.
You say shopping.
I say writing.
You say cheerleading.
I say acting.
You say SpongeBob.
I say iCarly.
You say that I'm weird.
And I say, and that's bad? Stephanie Martinez. We believe it's important to value cultural, ethnic, racial, social, sexual, religious, and spiritual diversity to promote the development of respectful relationships all across the human spectrum. We believe that many of the diverse elements of society should be reflected in our own organizations, the Green Party, and decision-making bodies. We encourage respect for all forms of life and increased attention to the preservation of biodiversity.
Embrace diversity. Sai Musa. The word hate is so ugly. How do you hate anybody when you don't even know me? Of course, I take it personal. I was born this way. Yo. Why the indecent cruelty? Think before you act. What you know may not be a fact. Don't believe in everything you hear. It's just instilling us with fear. Discriminate, then hate. Don't take the criminal bait.
Biodiversity is the variety of life in the world or in a particular habitat or ecosystem. Biodiversity is the term used to describe the enormous variety of life on Earth. It can be more specifically to refer to all of the species in one region or ecosystem. Biodiversity refers to every living thing, including plants, bacteria, animals, and humans. What I find is interesting is each of these species and organisms work together in their ecosystems like an intricate web to maintain balance and support life.
It's not too late to know me. We could keep distance or be friendly. Never make a foe with someone you don't know. 'Cause in the end, we're in an engine, just turning out the dough. And the only way we survive is by being together. We've got to keep each other alive. It's now or never. Climate's changing.
No forcing kumbaya. We don't have to hold hands. There's stuff we disagree. There's still stuff we disagree, but I ain't your enemy. And it's okay. Just chill and comprehend. I can be your friend, even family. One word, one globe. One world, one globe. One country, one community. Embrace diversity. Love humanity. We are just earthlings of all kinds of shades. Though some say white ain't a color, we still need white to make our world colorful. That's real solidarity. Get me. Embrace diversity.
Everyone's voices matter. And for the people left out, for those that are too fat, too skinny, too brown, too black, too talkative, too shy, too old, too young, too ugly, too pretty, too Chinese, too white, too emotional, too stoic, too tall, too short, too impassioned, or too rote, too loud, too soft-spoken. If you've ever been a two, think of biodiversity and what is true. We all belong. We all have a job to do. That's the purpose for being on this planet, to intermingle and mix, to show empathy, to share. And the last line is there. That's why we're here, is to care. Diversity for others means to care.